Dear students, in continuation of waves, the first chapter of intermediate second year, today we will continue standing waves. By the end of my lecture, you will be knowing the normal modes of standing waves in stretched strings, in closed pipes and open pipes. These two types of pipes are called organ pipes. We will discuss what are organ pipes. Next, what are normal modes? What is the difference between harmonics and overtones? Because of the reflection of the sound wave, we are getting standing waves that we know. There are two types of boundaries. One is a rigid boundary and the other one is a free boundary. That also we will discuss. We will discuss the difference between a pressure wave and a displacement wave in the case of a standing wave. Now, what is a standing wave? When two progressive waves traveling in the opposite direction through the same space, they undergo superposition, they overlap on each other and they form a standing wave that we already discussed in the previous video. So standing waves are mainly formed in stretched strings. What do you mean by a stretched string? A wire which is pulled tightly or fixed between two fixed points. This is called a stretched string. The other way of representing the same stretched string is, for a wall, I connect a wire and this wire should be of its thickness must be very less when compared with its length. When I send this wire through a pulley and attach some weight, let us say some 2 to 3 kgs of weight or mass is attached. So this weight pulls the string, that is nothing but the wire. The weight is acting downwards. The pulling force acting in the string or in the wire is called tension. Tension is nothing but your W is equal to mg, so tension is also mg. So this is nothing but action-reaction pair. So this wire is said to be a string under tension or a tightly held wire between two fixed points. This is the wall and this pulley acts as the second fixed end of the string. Now, this type of end, this type of boundary is called a rigid boundary. What is the difference between a rigid boundary and a free boundary? You take one rope, you tie it to a rod. This is a rod for which a rope is tied. You ask a boy to shake the rope up and down. So what happens? For example, a crest is coming and falling on the wall. So after getting reflection, this crest returns as a trough. So what is the phase difference between incoming and reflected wave? It is equal to 180 degrees. This is in the case of a rigid boundary. Now what is a free boundary? You take a rod, you attach one ring which can move up and down on the rod. Now you tie a rope and ask the same boy to shake the rope up and down. Then what happens at this end? For example, if crest is falling on the rod, then it returns as a crest. That means the crest is falling and returning is also crest. If trough is falling, then returning one is also trough. In the case of a free end, there is no phase difference. So phase difference delta pi is 0. Here delta pi is 180 degrees. So this is about reflection of a sound wave at a rigid surface, at a free surface. This reflection is called soft reflection and this reflection is called hard reflection. So this you should keep in mind. Now a standing wave can also be formed in organ pipes. What are organ pipes? Organ pipes are nothing but musical instruments where air is blown. For example, you take the best example of flute. So musical instruments are based on standing waves only. So standing waves are responsible for getting musical notes. What do you mean by music? Music is nothing but a sound which is pleasant to your ears. So you will enjoy the music. Right. Now let us take the example of a stringed instruments. Stringed instruments examples are veena, guitar, etc. You can see number of stringed instruments. So in veena or guitar, they tied the they tied the string, that is the wire. That means the string is under tension. Is it clear? Now, the second type is, what type of musical instrument we see? The second type is wind based, that is air based pipes. For example, you take the example of a tabla. This is a tabla. Or you take the example of we say dholak. Two sides a membrane is there. For a tabla only one side membrane is there. So this type of cylindrical enclosure is called an organ pipe. Organ pipe can be anything. In the case of a tabla, one side is closed, the other side we are using a membrane to vibrate the air inside the enclosure. So organ pipes are two types. One is called closed pipe. Closed pipe is a pipe for which there is only one end. One end is closed. The other end is open. Organ pipe for which two ends are open. Two ends are open. This is called open pipe. This is the difference. Closed pipe, it doesn't mean that both the sides are closed. That is not closed. This is wrong. The best example is this one. If you take the example of Damarakam, Lord Shiva has Damarakam in his hands. This is Damarakam. So Damarakam, is it an open or a closed pipe? Definitely it is an open pipe. Dholak is open pipe. Flute is open pipe. On both sides it is open. For example, if you take the example of a whistle, whistle is a closed pipe. So this is the difference between a stringed instrument and a piped instrument. Is it clear? Now let us go to the stringed instruments. So we are not considering it as an instrument. Let us take a wire of length L, and it is being passed through a pulley and some weight is attached. Now the tension is T. The wire of length L, its mass is M. I have to choose a string such that its mass is very less, its length is very high. That is the reason why if you take a veena or a rudra veena, you will see that its length will be very, very high. You can't see a veena of very small size because the length must be very high when compared to the mass of the wire. Now, so this is called a stretched string. Now, at closed end, I should get a node. This is clear. At closed end, I should get a node because here the wire cannot vibrate. So at both the ends, the condition is I should get nodes. So a stretched string of length can vibrate in different ways. It can vibrate such that only one loop is formed. The frequency with which it vibrates is called fundamental frequency. This is the least value of frequency and the highest value of wavelength. The same wire of length L can vibrate such that two loops are formed. This is the second frequency, this is fundamental frequency, and this is second frequency. The same wire can vibrate such that 3 loops are formed like this. So the frequency is N3 and so on. I can have number of patterns of vibration. Patterns of vibrations are called normal modes. In this pattern of vibration, the frequency given by the system is N3. In this case, the frequency is N1. In this case, the frequency is N2. The minimum frequency is called fundamental frequency. The second frequency we will derive, it is equal to 2 times of N1, that is the fundamental frequency, is called second harmonic. So what are harmonics? This is third harmonic. Harmonic is equal to integer multiple of fundamental frequency. In musical in musical methodology or in music systems, they also call overtones. So what do you mean by overtones? Overtones are nothing but all other frequencies other than fundamental. So this second harmonic is called first overtone, and second harmonic is called first overtone. So third harmonic is called second overtone, and so on. So nth overtone in the case of stretcher strings is equal to n minus 1th harmonic. This is a important one that is useful in entrance exams like MCET. Now, a stretcher string vibrates perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of the wave. So these vibrations are called transverse vibrations. Now, what is the speed of the transverse wave? The speed of the transverse wave along a stretcher string is given by V is equal to under root T by rho. What is rho? Rho is the linear density of the wire. Linear density of the wire is equal to mass of the wire divided by length of the wire. So if you want to have higher speed, then the rho must be less, tension must be more. That is the condition. So this is the expression for the speed of the transverse wave along a stretcher string. Now let us derive fundamental frequency, second harmonic, and so on. This is an essay type question in intermediate exams. Now let us take a wire of length L. So why can't it give all possible wavelengths? Any system, any standing wave pattern, that is any normal mode, is possible if resonance occurs. What do you mean by resonance? The driving frequency, when the driving frequency, what do you mean by driving frequency? Something I am applying on the system so that it is vibrating. The applied frequency, when this is equal to natural frequency of the system, then the system undergoes resonance. At resonance, it vibrates with maximum amplitude. That we will discuss later also. Right. So what is the minimum condition? I should have 2 nodes. The distance between 2 successive nodes must be equal to lambda by 2. So lambda is equal to 2L. Simple. We know the formula V is equal to N lambda. Since I am taking the first frequency, I will write N1 is equal to V by lambda. So this becomes V by 2L. And we also know the value of V. V is equal to under root T by rho. So I write this as 1 by 2L under root T by rho. This is the fundamental frequency. This is equation number 1. You take the same wire of same length, everything is same, but with 2 loops. When 2 loops are there, so the distance between these two is lambda by 2, and the distance between these two is lambda by 2. So L is equal to lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2. It becomes lambda. Now, from the formula V is equal to L lambda, I will write N2 lambda. N2 is equal to V by L. I can write this as 2V by 2L. So the formula is 2 by 2L under root T by rho. This is the equation 2. So N2 is called second harmonic or first overtone. This is called fundamental frequency, minimum possible frequency. Now, if you consider the same wire and take the 3 lobes, so this is lambda by 2, lambda by 2, lambda by 2. The total length will be 3 lambda by 2. So I can write lambda is equal to 2L by 3. Now substitute in N3 is equal to V by lambda. So it will become 3V by 2L. So you will get the formula 3 by 2L under root 3 by 2L under root T by rho. This is equal to N3. So I can continue like this. Suppose there are P number of loops, then the formula is N is equal to, that is Np is equal to P by 2L under root T by rho. So if you take the ratio of all the harmonics, the ratio of the harmonics is N1 is to N2 is to N3 dash 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 and so on and so forth. If I continue, it will become 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to dash dash dash. So this, if you derive this, you will get 8 marks in your intermediate public exam. Now let us see the harmonics in a closed pipe. Now, as I told you, for a closed pipe, only one end is closed. The closed end behaves like a rigid bond, and the open end behaves like a free bond. So because of this condition, at the closed end of a pipe, I should get a node, and at the open end, I should get an antinode. So antinodes are formed at the open ends, and the node must be formed at the closed end. This is the basic condition. In the case of open pipe, you will have antinodes at both the ends. Now my question is, in the case of a closed pipe, a sound wave is falling on the rigid surface and getting reflected. You are getting a standing wave. Whereas in the case of an open pipe, both the ends are open. How do you get a standing wave? This is the question. The answer is simple. Due to the density variations, due to the variation in the density of the air, so inside density of the air is not equal to the density of air outside. Because of this, part of the wave gets reflected at the open end and the remaining part goes into the atmosphere. And the open end acts like a free end. That is the reason why you will get an antinode at the open end. Now let us check the harmonics or normal modes, patterns of vibration in the case of a closed pipe. This is also an essay type question, very simple to derive. Now let us take the first minimum frequency condition, that is the fundamental frequency. Take a closed pipe of length L. Now according to the condition, the boundary condition is you should get a node here and you should get an antinode here. So we know the distance between this node and antinode must be equal to lambda by 4. So I will write lambda is equal to 4L. From the formula V is equal to N lambda. So N1 is equal to V by lambda. So this becomes V by 4L. This is the equation number 1. This is called first harmonic or fundamental frequency. Next, take the same pipe of same length, everything. Now I increase the loop. Now from year to year it is lambda by 4. From year to year it is lambda by 4 and this is lambda by 4. The total length L is equal to 3 lambda by 4. Lambda becomes cross multiplication 4L by 3. So by using the formula n is equal to v by lambda, so I will write v by 4l by 3. This comes into 3 comes into the numerator, so it becomes 3v by 4l. So this is 3 times of v by 4l. 3 times of v by 4l, that means this is 3 times of fundamental frequency. So that is the reason why I am not writing it as n2, I should write it as n3. This is called third harmonic. The second harmonic is missing. So third harmonic is equal to 3 times of fundamental frequency. Now take the same pipe, now increase loops inside the pipe. Now this is the condition. Now see, from here to here, lambda by 4, this is lambda by 4, lambda by 4, lambda by 4, and this is also lambda by 4. How many lambda by 4s? 5 lambda by 4s. So L is equal to 5 lambda by 4. It is better to write in terms of lambda by 4. That is 1/4 of the lambda. So lambda is equal to 4L by 5. So I get N5 is equal to same formula 5 times of V by 4L. So what do you understand? This is called fifth harmonic. So in a closed pipe, you are having first harmonic, third harmonic, fifth harmonic, then you will get seventh harmonic. That means only odd harmonics are existing. But this is called first overtone, and this is called second overtone, and this is called third overtone. That you should remember. Now if I write the ratio of frequencies, that is nothing but the ratio of harmonics, then I will get N1 is to N2 is to N3 and so on. It will be equal to, N1 is to N3 is to N5 dash dash dash. It will become 1 is to 3 is to 5 dash dash dash. If you derive up to this, you will get 8 marks. Is it clear? Now let us discuss open pipe. As I told you, for an open pipe, both the ends are open. Right. This open end is equal to the free end, that is the free boundary that already we discussed. So the minimum possible condition is this one only. That is, you have one antinode here, antinode here. Now the distance between antinode and node is lambda by 4, and this is lambda by 4. The total length of the pipe is here. So L is equal to lambda by 4 plus lambda by 4. So 25 paisa. Let us imagine lambda is 1 rupee. 1/4 of lambda is 25 paisa. 25 plus 25, it is 50 paisa. So L is equal to lambda by 2. So lambda is equal to 2L. So you will get V is equal to N lambda. N1 is equal to V by 2L. This is the first harmonic or fundamental frequency. Now in the same way, let us continue by increasing the pattern. This is the pattern. Just you have to practice of drawing the figures. So from year to year, lambda by 4. Year to year, lambda by 4, lambda by 4. So how many? 4 lambda by 4. So L is equal to simply lambda. Right. So you will get N2 is equal to V by L. I can write this as 2V by 2L, multiplying and dividing. So I will get 2V by 2L. So I can write it as 2N1. So second harmonic is equal to twice the fundamental frequency. So this is called first overtone. Second harmonic is called first overtone. This is similar to stretched string. Even in stretched string also we got the same thing. Next, if you draw the diagram for the third pattern, you have to increase. So from year to year, lambda by 4. From year to year, lambda by 4, lambda by 4, lambda by 4, lambda by 4, lambda by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. L is equal to 6 lambda by 4. So 2 2s are 2 3s are. So this is 3 lambda by 2. So lambda is equal to 2L by 3. Now substitute in N3 is equal to V by lambda. So this is V by 2L by 3. It comes out to be 3V by 2L. It is nothing but 3 times of V by 2L. So N3 is equal to 3N1. Third harmonic. Third harmonic is equal to second overtone. So in this way, if you continue in the exam, it is enough to draw only 3 diagrams. The ratio of the harmonics in the case of open pipe is N1 is to N2 is to N3 dash 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 is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 3. In this case, all the harmonics are existing. Now, what is the difference between a pressure wave and displacement wave? In the case of sound waves, we not only talk of the displacement of the particles. So generally, in pipes, we get only longitudinal waves. So drawing this diagram is a wrong notation. Actually, this is a transverse wave. We cannot draw longitudinal waves. So standing waves are formed even with longitudinal waves. That is clear. Longitudinal transverse waves. Any mechanical wave can form a standing wave. But the thing is, we cannot draw. But what I am drawing is not a displacement wave. It is a pressure wave. That we should remember. Here in the case of a closed pipe, here pressure is maximum. When pressure is maximum, displacement is less. Whenever there is no displacement, you will get a node. At the open end, pressure is minimum, so displacement is maximum. So what I draw is not a displacement wave pattern, it is a pressure wave pattern, but better to understand in terms of transverse waves, because we can visualize transverse waves. Nobody can draw longitudinal waves. We know that longitudinal waves they can consist compressions and rarefactions that cannot be drawn. So I think these three, that is stretcher strings, standing waves in stretcher strings, closed pipes and open pipes, are clear to all of you. I hope you enjoyed my lecture. Thank you.